Hello, everybody. This is Kenda. I told you guys that I was going to be working on doing some videos, but life happens, and I still have some videos, but I'm not feeling comfortable with the content and the editing and so have you. So I figured I would get on here live and talk to you folks because a lot has been going on. And one of the most exciting things that is going on is that I and myself and my husband are going to start doing live events in Baltimore. And our first one is going to be this Saturday, March the 14th. It's from 6 p.m. It starts at 6 p.m. And I have the event link in the video. So I want you to, even if you can't necessarily come on this Saturday, we're going to keep it going and we're going to keep it growing, and then we're going to expand to other venues. So I want you guys to get on that link and get the information, because we're going to be talking about relationships and the management of them, and the whole idea that people that we attract are mirrors. So I see I have like maybe 4 people watching, and this is my first time using StreamYard. So if you could kind of leave me a little comment or something. I don't know how this works yet. This is my first time, so I'm kind of testing. You know, I'm a Gemini, so I like to just do, you know, I like to play around with things in real time. I don't like to wait until the test. I see there's 8 people joining. What up? What up? What up? So I decided that maybe Mondays will be Make It Make Sense Monday. And that's about make it make sense in terms of what we think about, like, relationships and ourselves, because no matter what, one of the main things that we share in Sacred Opportunities is that the primary relationship is with yourself. So if you don't have a good relationship with yourself and who you are, then that is going to reflect in your relationships. And it's not just singled down to interpersonal relationships, like romantic type relationships. Can somebody comment? Because I see people are joining, but I can't see if there's any comments or whatever. I'm going to say hello. I'm trying to step it up a little bit with my social media or whatever. And I'm supposed to be streaming on both of my pages. So if I'm on my Facebook page, my personal page, please let me know. If I'm on my personal page, let me know. So anyway, one of the things that we talk about before we even start talking about what someone else is not or is doing, we like for people to look at themselves, you know, to look at who we are showing up as. And sometimes we show up with a lot of emotional debt. And that's the topic that I'm going to be talking about briefly on this live. Because a lot of times we are concerned about other people's debt, financial health, and things like that, which is important. You know, you want to be with someone that has good money and doesn't have like a bunch of bills and different things going on. I get that. That's very important. Like, can he or she provide for me? Can he or she support me? But do we ever talk about emotional debt? And I know we talk about, oh, I don't want nobody with a bunch of baggage. I don't want anybody got a bunch of issues. I don't want no baby mama drama. I don't want no baby daddy drama. But the reality is that most of us have something. We have something. Everyone has something. May it come from our past relationship, but the real boogeyman is usually comes from our childhood and different trauma that we've gone through. May it be watching our parents in relationships, may it be our siblings, their dating type of practices, and so have you like that. So aside from saying what you don't want, do you really look at the idea of emotional debt and emotional responsibility towards your partners? And when I say that, I'm being very careful with my words because, yes, when you enter into a partnership with someone, you are emotionally responsible to a certain degree. You agree to be in a partnership with someone and you agree to support them in a certain way. I do believe that. But what is the limit? Do you know what somebody is dealing with when you get with them? And most importantly, are you being honest about what you have and what you are dealing with when you get with someone? Are we looking for our partners to make up for what happened to us when we were 12, when we were 16, what happened with our first boyfriend, our marriages? The next person, is the next person paying or helping to relieve that emotional debt that you're bringing into that relationship? Because I know I've done it where a person has to have certain things together. I don't want nobody that's lying to me. I want somebody to be straight up with me. I want. But are my wants based upon my old hurts and my old pains? Can someone like give me like an amen, a yes, I get it, I understand, yeah, that's what's up? I would like to know because I'm looking and I'm trying to see if I have any comments and I don't. But that's okay because I want you guys to really come and meet us on Saturday to really talk about these things because we're going to do some interactive engagement with people that come because we don't want relationships don't have to be hard. Relationships do not have to be painful. We choose the relationships that we get in. We choose them. So we also choose the work and the lessons that are required for those relationships. And in saying that, we don't necessarily have to be the whipping board for people or the scratching post. I like to say scratching post because, thank you, Cammie. I don't see them. I wish I could see them. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, that's beside the point. If you guys have any questions or any comments or something like that, you can always hit me up. Oh, thank you. So is there anyone that has felt that they have been a scratching post for their partners? Because I think the whipping board, I mean, yes, there are instances where we may feel like our partner is beating us up. Like, you made me mad. It's your fault I feel this way. You showed up like this. You're supposed to do this for me. I do this for you. But it's more to me scratching posts. Like they scratch because when you look at a cat scratches to relieve tension. And oftentimes people, even though they may not instinctively know that their trigger or what they're dealing with is for something that happened back in 1985, all they know is this doesn't feel good. I need relief. So I'm going to scratch you. And then it's like, oh, I feel relieved. But you are wounded Because you, on the other side of that, you have your shit too, right? Who has shit? Everyone has shit. There's no one that's walking to any relationship that's perfect. But I want to challenge people to be comfortable in sharing what your emotional debt ratio is. Because it's very important, because do you want to trick someone into being in a relationship with you? Because eventually, because if you start being a facade or being a certain way, that mask is going to fall the fuck off. It's going to fall off. It's going to be hard to keep up with that after a certain amount of time. And the person is going to be clueless. And a lot of times people may feel that they have to fix you, or they need to run from you, or they need to stabilize you. And even in those instances, if they quote unquote try to fix you, if they try to flee from you, or if they try to maintain or manage you, you're not getting the required help that you need, because the help comes from within. And that's a part of the joy factor. It's what we talk about. Because with the P1, when we look at someone and we deal with our clients, we ask them, how do they feel about joy? Like, are they feeling happiness and beauty and laughter and peace, vitality, abundance, healing, greatness, respect, faith, power in their daily lives, aside from relationship, aside from that. But where are you in that meter? Because depending upon what that looks like and feels like in you, it's going to reflect back in your partners that you attract and that you choose to be with. Because either you're going to want them to make you feel happiness, to feel beautiful, to feel powerful, to feel a sense of peace. And they are only there to support this. They are only there to support this. You get that? You understand? Yeah. Yeah. And it's a daily work. I'm not the perfect joy factor mama every day, most days. But for the most part, I have to cultivate these locks every day for myself. For myself, before I even look at my husband and question him and ask him questions like, why are you doing this to me? He's not doing anything to me. He is being who he is. I have a certain responsibility for who I am and my faculties of making myself feel happiness, feel beautiful, to laugh, to have peace, to feel love and vitality and power and faith and respect and greatness and healing and abundance. That's an inside job. Because if I have that, he has no choice but to show up and match that. His job is to support what I already have. So if I come in with lacking happiness, or not feeling beautiful, or not knowing how to laugh, or not having a sense of peace, and then he may have some concerns about respect. He might not have faith and power. See how that works? So I say all that to say, we begin with the joy factor, and then we move on to raise the level, which is my husband's program. And that's where we start getting into community and being in partnership. And that's where the magic happens, because we bring two people together that have cultivated some joy for themselves to really see how the partnership can best benefit. Because it's not about trusting your partner anymore, because we always talk about I don't trust men, I don't trust women. It's from both sides. But the real root of it all is you don't trust your choices. You don't trust this and you don't trust this. You haven't learned to connect the two to make the right choices. Yeah. It's nobody's fault. Anything that you're feeling, you're choosing to feel that. And we're going to talk, like I said, we're going to talk about that on Saturday. But if you're not in the DMV and you cannot join us, I want you to go to our website, which is www.sacredopportunities.com, and join our mailing list, because we're going to be offering some free discovery sessions to talk to couples. And if there's any clients that are watching that have worked with myself or my husband, please comment and share the experience that you have had. And share this video, because this is important. Emotional debt. Emotional debt is a national crisis. It is a national crisis, because people can have all the money, all the credit, but they emotional debt, they in like the 300s. They in the damn 350s, 300, and won't nobody extend them no credit for any type of relationship. And that means you too. You keep wondering why no one sticks around. Why every time everybody doing something. Everybody, every man I meet is this way. Every woman that I meet acts like this. What is the common denominator? What's the common denominator? I'll wait. You. So do you keep showing up in a certain way, waiting for someone to validate your pain or to support you in growing? I don't believe in pain points. I don't like to talk about the pain points of things, because the pain points still validate you as a victim. And all of my clients know that I tell them that I'm not an expert on you. You are the expert of you. So therefore, can you give yourself enough latitude and enough confidence to understand that this is actually a growth opportunity for your greatness? And I can say that. And we're going to talk about this in our live session starting this Saturday, about where I've been being a single mom, being a career single woman, and deciding after 40, woo, faux pas, but that would have been good. But after 40, to get married, because I had very little faith in relationship. But it was because I did not have a good relationship with myself, if I was honest. And I decided to be honest because I had a cancer crisis that forced me to look at myself and start looking at these joy factor locks and realizing that I was not really focusing on taking care of myself in so many different ways. And I work with women as well too. So again, the link is in the description. I've been on here for 18 minutes, and I know some people may not feel like watching this video, but please share my video. Share my video. Join us live if you are in the DMV area this Saturday to really look at your emotional debt, because the question is, why the hell does this keep happening to me? You're creating a growth opportunity. These are not pain points anymore. If you keep repeating and seeing certain things, it's no longer pain. It's a growth opportunity. But you can define that. So that's it. And, oh, no, sorry. Now, if you want to partake in a free discovery session with myself and my husband, or if you are a woman and you just want to do some joy factor work with me one-on-one to see how you can boost your joy factor, I want you to go to my Facebook page, my business page, and I need for you to like it. Number one, that's the first thing. You need to like it. And then I need for you to also send me an inbox and let me know, because our doors are open. And if you want this type of experience with couples or one-on-one or a group of people to really chop it up about like relationships, we're your go-to. We're ready to work. So if there's no questions, like I didn't see the chat for some reason. I thought I had set it up properly. So, but I appreciate everyone that joined me and watched. And please share this video. Go to the website www.sacredopportunities.com. Get on our mailing list. And if you want to join us on this Saturday, click the link above. Or if you're not in DMV or you can't join us on Saturday, but you want to work with us, go to my business page, hit like, and send us an inbox, and we'll get back to you really soon. Thanks for joining.